We just hit 1K. We just hit 1K. Hey, man. Shouts out to all the new subscribers on this channel, man. It's the creator, the author of Lost in Minneapolis himself. I will be having more addiction interviews coming to the channel. Shouts out to all the new subscribers. I'm bringing y'all top of the line content. You feel me? So we're gonna go hit the streets like right now, basically. Find some people to interview. Y'all stay tuned. You know, check out these clips too, by the way. You interviewed your girlfriend. Is there anything you want to say? Like anything at all? No? Okay. Sorry, man. All right. Y'all have a good one, though. For sure. Hello, everybody. Today we are here with
Karla.
Karla. Hey, how you doing? So, what are you doing out here? You know, in the streets.
I'm with my boyfriend. His name is I'm not gonna say his name, but we've been here for a year. Like outside, we've been outside in Minneapolis for a year, like all through the winter. We both had an apartment, and like we lost the apartment, and we both lost our apartment and became homeless, and haven't been able to gain housing. So
you guys are experiencing being unhoused, huh?
yeah.
Would you say the economy is pretty difficult right now?
The economy right now is horrible. Like, okay, so 2018, right? I got out of prison. I got like a 5-year, 57-month sentence. I had 3 jobs when I got out of prison. I had 3 jobs at that time, and I was able to like all of my friends had jobs. Like people still had addiction problems. Everybody that I know still had addiction problems, but we also had jobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Did you experience like losing your job, like, or was it?
What happened was I was sober for 57 months, and because of like being in prison and parole, I had been sober for 57 months, and I was trying to gain custody back of my children, and I got some bad news from like the court system in White Earth, where I'm from, and like that led me to start drinking. And then when I was drinking, I like shot up meth that was laced with fentanyl. Never did fentanyl before, and overdose, and like got a spinal cord injury, which led to me having a paralyzed foot, which led to me not being able to work. As well, I actually did try to work after that, but it was kind of bad.
If you don't mind me asking, what were you in prison for?
It was like methamphetamines charge. I was living in White Earth. I was dating somebody that me and him sold drugs together, and we both ended up doing a lot of time in prison for that.
Was that like your main DOC, or?
No, I really don't like meth. I sometimes have to do that, but my addiction has always been like opiates. It started off with Vicodin and Percocet when I was young, like 18, 19. Then that led me to do like Perc 30s, Perc 15s, which led to heroin and how to feed my heroin addiction at the time. I started selling meth, and yeah.
Did it start off like as an injury? Was it like a legit problem, or did you just start going straight to the Percocet, like straight to the streets, or like what?
It started off with like, okay, so I'm from White Earth, Minnesota. Like at the time, there was like it was an epidemic of like heroin overdoses, deaths. Everybody my age, there isn't anybody my age there anymore. There's their parents, there's the children, there's nobody my age. Like around the block where I grew up, like that's why I don't want to go there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So we were just like, we were used to like deal using together. You know, it's
Yeah.
common. It was there wasn't a stereotype against it. You know, it was just like
It was accepted. It
yes,
wasn't like as much stigma.
no.
Okay. Do you have any like family, like kids or like what, you know?
Yeah, I have 4 kids. My oldest is 15. Her name is Kaylee. I got two 13-year-olds, Chloe and Cody, and an 11-year-old, Cruz. They are all with a foster family right now in White Earth. And I have two sisters, Cassie and Crystal. My sister Crystal's always been drug free, the oldest one. She's an Ojibwe teacher. Um, but yeah, I got a brother, Charlie. I'm the youngest of 4. So yeah, I don't know if I mentioned my sister Cassie, but me and her, we're always like, you know, we use together. We have the same friends. Yeah, and like, she's 5 years older than me, but we're like pretty close. I started like babysitting her kids, and she would pay me, kind of with drugs. I guess like that's sad. It's not really like yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess like yeah. Then my mom died. That's what started it. Like okay, 2013. Like my mom passed away June 5th, 2013. Annie Little Wolf, and like after that, yeah, after that, it was like I didn't have to be good in the eyes of anybody anymore. Like, it didn't matter.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to
You
hear
know?
that. Losing a parent is definitely extremely difficult. You know, my mom has leukemia, and I just couldn't imagine it. So you said that like fueled your addiction, like that kind of started it. Would you say you were trying to like numb your like emotions, or
Yeah, entirely. Like, so when I was younger, like, I would do Vicodins and stuff, perks, but when she passed away, it was just like, I was totally numbing it, you know, and I never even like grieved for her until 2015, 2 years later, after I became sober and was in prison. Like I actually, it hit me, like, and I actually, you know, cried. Like,
yeah,
it's pretty crazy, like how like your emotions are just stunted, kind of like your whole growth, like, you know, your whole mental
yeah, definitely.
yeah, system.
No, definitely. It really does like numb your emotions, and I feel like that's why we like use as people. I used to do like fentanyl and blues myself, you know, which is something I always mention in my videos. You said you did like you do currently do fentanyl, or
Yeah, yeah,
okay, and that's your boyfriend over there
yeah,
at the
he's
bus stop.
right, right. And he never used any opiates before I met him, which is like, to be true, like honest, you know, with myself. And like, he never did opiates before I met him. And like, okay, so like a year and a half ago when we met, he started hanging out at the apartment where I lived. And like, he used to do like mainly meth, I guess. And so like, you know, watching all of us do fetty, like he started using slowly. And like now it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, definitely. Do you smoke it or snort it, or are you injecting
Like
it?
we smoke it. We don't really inject fentanyl. Like I have like shot up recently some meth and stuff, like, but
How was that? Shooting up meth.
bad, terrible.
Yeah, can you describe that for me if you don't mind?
Okay,
Like the experience.
it's a horrible like thing. I hate it so much. Like, okay, so when you're shooting up meth, like any other kind of thing that you shoot up, it doesn't like hurt as much. But when like meth, if you like miss just a little bit, it's gonna burn your entire arm. It's gonna you could like really injure yourself. And like, actually, I was just talking to somebody who said somebody purposely, like, well, she thought, missed an entire shot in her neck. Like, I don't know, it's a horrible thing. And like, so harm reduction like gives out needles, and so everybody has access to needles. There's so many needles everywhere. Like,
have you experienced like psychosis, like with the meth use and like your heart beating? You know, because they say every time you use meth, like it.
Like, I've experienced so much psychosis that I don't even know how to explain it. But you know what I mean. Like,
were you seeing things?
Yeah, like at nighttime, being homeless and stuff. And it's like, how do you explain the same, like, three people having the same delusion? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I think like that drug is demonic.
I was just gonna say that. Like, I was literally just gonna say that. I feel like it opens you up to like demonic possession, because like I've experienced it too. Like, I don't know if you know what gang-stalking is.
Oh my god! Like, okay, yes, I do, and that thing is not it's not a delusion. Like,
it's not a delusion. Right?
Yeah, it's not. It's weird, but you know what I think it is. Like, okay, if I really put some thought into this, because we experienced it, me and him.
Yeah,
I think it's like, okay, they do that here. You know what I mean? And like, and whoever's out and about on a specific night when they decide to do it, they kind of just like, you know what I mean? They're fucking with your head, basically. They have people on scooters. They have people walking. They have people fucking driving cars. They have the same color cars. It's a lot. It's a lot. Effort, right? And so, like, listening to so many people fucking like, going through this shit, like,
no, it is a real
I became like, okay, like, you know what I mean? I got to the point where it was like like, I'm kind of, I guess, like, I had to like just sit back and like look at the bigger picture, you know?
Yeah.
But that could really fuck with somebody. Like, it fucked with me so badly. Yeah. But there's so many people, like, they're fucking with their heads.
Yeah, no, they're
bad.
Fucking with their heads like badly, and it's like they're doing that to like psychologically like mess with y'all.
Yeah.
Because I don't really know what the motive is. Like, honestly, I'm not even like.
It's weird. Like, it's like they get inside of your head. It's like even to the point where they know your thoughts or some shit. Because it's like a couple times, like, you know, like some, like, okay, yeah, it's too much is what it is. It's too damn much.
Yeah.
But yeah, gang stalking. People, like, well, when they hear you talk about that shit, it's like they haven't experienced it. They have no idea.
Do you feel like they wait for you guys to like take certain substances like meth?
I feel like they literally like provided us like some shit one time, and like you know what I mean? Put it in our path. Like, we found like a bunch of drugs one time, and like, so of course we got just higher than shit, and like, yeah, and just like for the next 2 days was just being psychologically fucked with.
Yeah, psychological torture that we all have heard of and, you know, have read about. And
yeah, like, we found like a lot of shit. It was like, yeah. So the whole gang stalking thing in Minneapolis is okay. Minneapolis and St. Paul is huge. It's huge.
They're like known for that.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, definitely. I'm from the Bay Area, and before I go to the next topic, I'm gonna say that, you know, I've personally experienced it out there, and I feel like the drugs definitely do play a part in, you know, who you are and in society. I feel like plays a part. But if you want to explain like how it is like being homeless out here, you know?
Okay, so being homeless, it's sometimes it really sucks, you know. Like, I mean, it's hard, like, not being able to take a shower, or like not being able to eat or drink when you want to, not having like a bathroom. Okay, so over here, this side, there's a couple little bathrooms you can go to. Thank you.
Yeah, no, continue.
But like on the other side of Lake Street by Blaisdell, where a lot of my friends are, there's absolutely nowhere to use a toilet. There's no porta potties. So like we go to the bathroom where we can, and it's like um it's in the middle of the twins. It's in the middle of Lake Street, Minneapolis. So it's there's always gonna be people around. There's always gonna be somebody driving by or somebody at their house. Um, but it's like I'm a human being. I just have to like pee. I'm sorry. Like I'm not gonna like pee on your porch step or like you know what I mean. But it's like it's it's tough. It's a screwed up situation. Like I never imagined that I'd be in a position like that. Like that could happen to anybody. Like literally happened to hundreds of people that I know.
Exactly. They should like at least have like a public shower or like somewhere you could go for like the homeless to shower and like get water.
Yeah. So there's like a couple places that you can like actually down here on okay, let me see, like 2 blocks from here on like I think it's 31st in Lake. There's this guy, I think he's a veteran. I forget his name, like Jose or Juan or something, but he has like this little garage. He started like a drop-in center where you can take a shower, get some food. He's pretty awesome. You know what I mean? It makes you feel welcomed and like not like it's like a better place than I've ever experienced anywhere in Minneapolis. You know,
Yeah.
any public shower or whatever. So yeah, so like another thing is like the money situation, being homeless, like and jobless, like so we get our money like
How do you get your money? You know, like how are you
how
like boosting?
yeah okay how I get my money is like I boost or you know what I mean like
And what is boosting?
just like
That don't know.
I okay take stuff from the stores, a few stores, and sell it dirt cheap. Yeah, right, right. So that's how I get my food that I eat. Some stuff that I drink, like you know, like a lot of the employees they're aware. You know what I mean? Like I don't try to like overdo it or like let that become an addiction. I haven't actually stole shit from any of these stores in like a couple weeks probably. But other than that, like I'll sign. Like I've been signing a lot. That's how I get my money. You know, like that some people get their money out here. Some ladies. I look out for a lot of the girls and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the one thing. Like is like our community. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just like any community. It's actually more. There's more like you know like there's more respect and like love for each other over here because we know how hard it is and shit. Like we don't judge each other and
Let me just ask you one question because I am running out of time here. So, is there any advice that you want to like say or tell to my viewers who are experiencing addiction or are thinking about experiencing or messing with addiction?
um I
Any
would just
advice?
have to say like um I don't know. It's hard. It's a tough one, but like I became sober for a long time for 57 months, like I said, and I also fell off too again after that. But like um I just remember like the best feeling in life was like me at 32 years old being sober and me and my friends going to McDonald's, you know, like me and my little sober group. It was just like it was such a good feeling. Like this feeling, this is like the walk, like literally feeling like walking death, the Walking Dead. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it feels good. You know, I remember just being proud of myself and just like there's so much like goodness that comes with sobriety. Like you know, addiction, it's terrible. Like yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's time. It's time for a lot of us to change our ways, for real.
Definitely. Well, I really appreciate your time. Next time, if I happen to see you out here, maybe I could get like a follow up interview. Maybe talk to your boy too or something.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So one other thing I was gonna say was like, okay, we've been living at camps, right? We've been staying at like the homeless camps, a lot of them, and like we stay at those ones because that's where like we'll be able to, like people get we get provided like food and supplies and stuff. People know where to drop off stuff for the homeless people if we're like all in a group, right? So also being in that group, it provides safety for like the young women and stuff. You know what I mean? So, but the cops, the government, the people, the powers that be, they know that. So like they like to shut it down and disperse us, which like which it becomes like a easier for like a female to like be vulnerable to some shit out here.
Definitely. I really appreciate you talking to me. Um, is there anything else you want to say?
No, that's it.
What if like one of your family members like see this? Is there anything you want to say to them?
Just I love all you guys. Like I miss you guys. I'm proud of every one of you guys. I love all my nieces and nephews. I'll be home one day, sooner or later. Like I miss my kids so much.
And
Miss
your kids
everybody.
miss you too, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
sure it's an emotional, touchy subject. If they see this video, I just hope they know that you're doing good and that,
Right. See, there's a lot. Like even though I'm in addiction, like I still like I'm still the same person. Like I'm still Karla. Like I still like have a lot of wisdom and